This is the mama of the ingredients, spinach. I'm going to use spinach for abroad, you know. In Nigeria, you use shaka, that vegetable called shaka. So you need a lot of leafy vegetables, especially because spinach shrinks a lot when heat touches it. So this one weighs 300 grams. I'll put the pounds equivalent for those in America on the screen. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packs. That's a total of 2.4 kilos. Yeah, 2,400 grams of spinach. You will see how small this thing will be by the time we are done. You can also use frozen spinach to prepare this, but on my channel, I already have a recipe where I used frozen spinach to prepare a vegetable soup kind of recipe. I have never used only leafy spinach, and you guys have been requesting it, so this is an opportunity for me to show how I'll prepare vegetable soup with only leafy spinach. So let's go. Here are the rest of the ingredients. Efo Riro is about using a cocktail of flavors, and you get that from meat and fish. Okay, let's start from here. I have crayfish over here. I have stockfish, cow tripe, and cow foot. I asked them to cut it into tiny pieces for me at the market. Ponmo is just for a different texture. It doesn't have taste. And I have cow ribs. This is a very juicy part of beef because of the bones. Again, I asked them to cut it into tiny pieces for me. The more you cut these things, the more you increase the surface area for the flavor to come out. And then I have dry meat in my freezer, so I decided to use it. I'm going to soak it. Normally, you should soak this hours before you start cooking so that it will soften. It's dried, kakaraka. And then I have smoked prawns or roasted prawns. We call this oporo in Nigeria. These ones have seen better days. They are broken up in the freezer. And then I have onions. And then you have iru. This is locust beans. This one is not fresh. It's semi-fermented. It's not fully fermented because you can still make out the seeds. So that's the one I'm using because it has more flavor than the fresh ones. And then you have pepper, habanero pepper. Add as much as you can support. I also have this sweet pepper. You just need to add enough for it to be peeking out in the soup. Not too much. And then I have palm oil. Look at this one that we have here. We can buy here, Nigerian style palm oil. Seasoning cubes, I'm going to use 3 cuboids. You can add more if you wish. This one is all about taste. For me, this is enough with the crayfish and stockfish and all the other bobo tibo mixture of meat and fish. That's fine for the flavor. We have 2 things to soak here. I rinse them first before soaking because I'll use the water. I'll use this water to cook it. So again, I rinse this one very well. Set it aside. Hours before. Look at my babies picking the spinach for me. They'll be counting the spinach. I like to remove the stalk. Yeah. You can add it if you want, but for me, they ruin the experience. It's going to be an interesting job, isn't it, Nene? Yeah. And come, you're not talking again. It's going to be fun, no? No. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fun is it? -1. -1. I'm just going to clean all the meats and stockfish and put them in my pressure pot for cooking. Clean the veggies. I deceived this one.
We're talking to each other. I know we feel the same about the situation, like we're stuck inside a game. Time to get out of this circle. Yeah, we both carry a scar. Let's rewrite the part we're playing. Time to cherish who we are. starts with us taking the chance, not like anything we've done before. Oh, now it's time for something better, and time for us to follow our dreams.
Add that to the beef.
No more. Oh, come run away. We'll be okay.
This one is for later.
Let's break away. All colors will fade. Let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do.
Half chopped like this.
No, sí, y voy a parte.
Have you finished? Have you?
No,
Anna, cut, cho, 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 cho.
we're almost finished. We're only two
Two packets. Hey, and I am even helping them. Look at.
Because it's too much to do two people.
Yeah, you think it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. It makes the meal more palatable. Mba. So no. So we finished picking. Out of curiosity, I want to measure the weight of the leaves now that the stalk have been removed. This one is 593 grams. Let's call that 550 grams. 500. Then you have this one here. Let's call this one 300. Wow. 1.950, almost 2 kilos. Wow, it's still a lot, but there's a lot of water here. Let's remove the water and measure it again. Okay, time to steam the meat. I've added some of the seasoning cubes. I've also added the dry meat. I didn't know that this thing wasn't recording then, so yeah. I added the dry meat. That's the water from soaking it. Then I'm about to add the last seasoning cube before something occurred to me to check this thing. Steam it. Let it be steaming while we continue with the vegetable. The job of cutting the vegetable. This is just one part out of 4. Back to my way of cutting vegetables without arranging them. I cut this thing as tiny as possible. That way, the soup is supple in the mouth when you're eating it. As tiny as possible. You don't want it to be like you're eating sauteed veggies. It's steaming. Steaming. The beef has turned pale. Water and the juice from the meat is coming out. We'll continue steaming for a bit more. I'm going to bring out this one. See everything completely chopped, or is it chewed? I did a good job, didn't I? Madre mia, a lot of work went towards chopping it, kili. And then the meat. So because I used a pressure pot, it has a lot of water. If I continue to use all this water, the soup will be watery. You don't want that. Of course, if you're using a normal pot, you'll be able to control the quantity of water as you cook, because you can be adding. If it dries up, you add, you know. But I don't have that luxury, because with a pressure pot, you can't be opening and closing the pot while you're cooking. And the quantity of water you add must get to the minimum of the pot. It's marked here. Look at mine, minimum. So now that it's done, I'll take out everything and boil it down. Now that I've taken out all the meats, I slowly decant this into here. Then back here, I'll start frying the pepper. Generous amount of palm oil.
We're talking to each other. I know we feel the same.
Once it heats up, not bleached, add the onions. Fry that for about 2 minutes. Add the want the flavor to come out. If you haven't done so, I think this is a good time to click the like button. Please like before you forget again. Oh shake gong, a shake gong. I hope I got it right. Maybe I should be speaking Yoruba in this video, not Igbo. Then add the pepper. Cover that, or you can leave it a little bit open like this. You want to fry it till all the water has dried up. This one is still boiling down over here. From time to time, stir this so it doesn't burn. I'm frying on medium heat. One of my stockfish has disintegrated in the pot, but this is the time to debone and break it into small pieces. You can leave the bone. This bone is so soft. Yeah. This should be okay now. I see that it has thickened and reduced in quantity. Continue stirring this one. You can see that the oil is separating from the pepper. That's a sign that it's almost ready. Over here, I'm going to start wilting the spinach. That's what I call it.
Come run away. Don't be afraid. We'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do. Let's break away. All colors will fade. Let's go our own way.
See all the water coming out? I didn't add any water. There's so much water in this spinach that if you add it like that to your soup, in fact, whatever you're cooking, unless you're going to use a few leaves, but once it's in a large quantity like this, if you add it like that, that soup will be River Niger. In fact, Atlantic Ocean. Atlantic. Yeah. And you'll be there wondering. In fact, it will affect the taste too. No matter the kind of seasoning, no matter the kind of varied meats and fish that you use, it will just overpower the whole flavor with its green juice. So once you notice that it has wilted and it's still green, see the vegetable is still green, but it has wilted, it's cooked, pour it in a sieve. Because I have plenty, I'll be doing it in batches. A frying pan, I find it better anyway, because you may wonder why don't you put it in a big pot, but the frying pan has more surface area and I can stir it easily. And this my frying pan is deep as well. So. And then you quickly cool this one down with water to stop the cooking process. Yeah. Some people say we are throwing away the vitamins. The vitamins in spinach is too much. Many times much more than our body needs. Even if you eat this spinach now, everything it contains, most of them will go out the other way. It will be a waste anyway. Your body will throw it out. For those who their body can throw out these excess stuff easily. Some people, they're not so lucky, their body cannot throw them out and they stay there and form something else. So you actually have to be careful when you eat too much nutrients, nitrates, vitamins, whatever. Yeah, too much of everything is bad. So that's how I'll do that. It's ready to go into the pot. Out of curiosity, I want to know what it weighs now. Maybe 1 kilo. Hey, this is why I prefer frozen spinach. Just 1 kilo of frozen spinach, you know you're getting about that amount. 1.1 kilos in pounds. 2 pounds. Now back to the pepper. I actually had to turn it off at some point because it was okay, but I haven't finished with the spinach, so I had to turn it off. So starting again. When it heats up again, add the crayfish, the smoked prawns, and the meat and fish stock or broth. Click the like button. Have you? Add the spinach. I wringed out all the water from it. Cover, and once it heats up again, this should take no time at all. You don't want to overcook the vegetables. Stir very well and add the meat and fish. Serve it with rice, amala, pounded yam, semolina, anyone you want, ide. Yay! Bye bye, see you soon.